Hi, folks. Welcome back to another edition of Go Figure. I'm your host, Jeff. I've been off for a little bit. Haven't done an episode here for a while, and thought maybe you were wondering where I've been. Maybe you weren't wondering where I've been. But as John Lennon said, life is what gets in the way when you're making plans. So hopefully we can finish 2025 off strong. But tonight I'm bringing you another edition of the Superstars line from the World Wrestling Federation, Titan Sports, and this is from Series 6. And you may recall the first 5 series in this line was produced by the LJN Toy Company. The rights were later taken over by the Grand Toys, an outfit out of Canada. And tonight's figure is one half of the Powers of Pain. And here is the Warlord. And I really like this particular series, Series 6 in the line. It seems like the paint's a little bit more elaborate, a little more vibrant. There's more detail in these particular figures. And the Warlord, I think, is a great figure. The only unfortunate thing is that they never made a Barbarian. But a couple unique things about the Warlord. Here he is featured in his black trunks. And truth be told, the Powers of Pain kind of burst onto the scene in the National Wrestling Alliance in the mid-1980s before jumping over to the World Wrestling Federation in 1988 and bounced back to WCW later on in the 90s. But in all of the time that the Warlord was part of the Powers of Pain, he never actually wore trunks to the best of my knowledge. It was always long pants or tights. And the Powers of Pain, you may recall, later on broke up. And the Slickster ended up managing the Warlord. And the Warlord went on to take on this strange football pads, Phantom of the Opera motif complete with a half of a face mask. Really strange getup. But one thing about the Warlord, as you can kind of infer here from looking at the figure, was he was jacked. He was huge. And he fit well into that late 1980s monster wrestler that Vince McMahon was looking for. And again, the Warlord was probably one of, if not the biggest, certainly the top 3. But, again, pretty neat figure. Had a chance to speak with the Warlord once, albeit over a podcast. Not a man of a lot of words, but again, seemed like a nice enough guy. And if you liked what you saw tonight, I'd encourage you to hit the like button and please subscribe. And hopefully it'll be sooner than the next 6 months before I get another episode out to you folks. Thanks for watching.